Here's a great way to start a meeting with your top clients. Management has decided that moving forward, our employees are going to be our top priority, and you, the customers, well, you come second. That's crazy, right? But a real CEO at a real company did just that, and it changed the course of their business for the better. I know, treating your customers second behind your employees, it goes against everything you hear most business leaders saying.
Customers first is the #1 operating principle.
We'll do anything for a customer on any day.
Number one thing that has made us successful by far is obsessive, compulsive focus on the customer.
Treating your customers second behind your employees, it sounds counterintuitive. As a customer yourself, it sounds downright insulting. I mean, who wants to be second? But it turns out there's a good amount of research that suggests that putting customers second and putting employees first actually yields greater customer satisfaction, better performance, and overall, better profits. Hey leader, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name is David Burkus and I study high-performing teams and work with leaders to build their best team ever. If that sounds like what you want for your organization and for your team, then hit the subscribe button directly below this video, and better yet, join our email newsletter, link in the video description. All right, let's get into it. In 2006, Vineet Nayar, CEO of HCL Tech, told his top clients that they were no longer his top priority. Instead, Nayar said that HCL Tech, moving forward, would be making employees their first priority. It seems a little weird, but hear me out. Here's the logic. Nayar believed that the employees who interacted with customers were in what he called the value zone. And as a result, they were the ones shaping the customers' impressions of the company. And anyone in the value zone would be getting management's top focus.
The management is in the business of enthusing, encouraging, enabling people, and employees are in the business of customers first.
Nayar focused his attention on two areas: reversing accountability and building transparency. Specifically, 360-degree feedback evaluations would be opened up to the entire front line. So even managers and senior level executives got feedback from frontline employees. There's your accountability. And even better, all of those evaluations were made public for anyone in the company to see. There's your transparency. In addition, when problems occurred for those frontline workers, they would have the ability to open and own support tickets that alerted management and support functions of the need for help. And only they were the ones who could close it once they had finished serving the customer. This is totally backward from every other organization where managers just close out tickets whenever they decide it's been long enough. Now, this isn't some little startup in a garage or 50-person company. At the time this transition happened, HCL Tech had 55,000 employees. And now they have over 200,000. The results speak for themselves. Employee satisfaction soared. Customer satisfaction improved dramatically, and the company nearly tripled their revenue. In fact, in 2009, HCL Tech was named India's best employer. That's 1 billion people. Now, let's contrast this with a story that highlights what can go wrong when you ignore employee experience. In 2001, Robert Nardelli was installed as the new CEO of Home Depot, and expectations were really high for him because he had had several successful jobs as an executive at General Electric. And at that point, we all still thought of General Electric as a CEO factory. At Home Depot, Nardelli noticed that most of the stores were staffed with full-time, knowledgeable, and incredibly friendly employees. And in his opinion, too many of them. So what do new CEOs do when they want to make waves and save money and increase profitability? Yeah, he fired a lot of them and replaced them with part-time employees who were far less knowledgeable. And the results were exactly what you expected. Customers pretty quickly noticed they weren't getting served as well at the same store they had been going to for a long time. Certainly the lesson here would be difficult to implement depending on your level of the organization, but there's a broader lesson here that applies to leaders at all levels, and it's one about flipping accountability. Your team doesn't work for you, you work for them. You shouldn't be trying to squeeze out every ounce of productivity from them. You should be thinking about how you can serve them so that they can do their best work ever and serve customers the best they know how. Understand that helping your employees helps your customers. These two parties are intrinsically linked together. Never forget that. Researchers at Harvard University found a link between employee satisfaction and profitability, and pretty much disrupted how we think of profitability by doing so. You see, the long-standing assumption was that if you could increase market share, you could increase profitability. That's what every strategy textbook had said for decades. You want to increase profits, first be the dominant player in the market, and then you can squeeze down your cost of goods sold and increase your profitability. And here were a few researchers that were saying, nope, you want to be more profitable? Make your people happy. When they examined a variety of companies and the existing research, they found that market share is one explanation for profitability, but that there was a much larger one. That if you wanted to increase profitability, the best place to look was customer loyalty. And based on their research, they estimate that just a 5% increase in customer loyalty can lead to a 25 or even 85% increase in profitability. Here's how it works in practice. Profits are driven by customer loyalty. Customer loyalty is driven by employee satisfaction, and employee satisfaction is driven by management putting employees first. They called this the service profit chain, and managers who understand how this chain works can create a thriving cycle of customer and employee satisfaction, ultimately leading to greater business success. In even simpler terms, if your business provides a service to customers, then customers look at the frontline employees as the embodiment of that business. Not you, not the CEO, the people who directly interact with the customer. I know it might seem like employee satisfaction and employee loyalty aren't those the same thing, but they're not. There's subtle differences. Satisfaction refers to how you feel in the moment to be a part of the organization. Loyalty is about how long you're going to be in that organization, continuing to have a stake in the success of that organization. Low employee loyalty means they're already leaving for better opportunities. And that drives up costs because now you've got higher turnover rates, you need to train people more often, and it reduces the customer experience because it increases the number of times they're having to interact with people who haven't been fully trained yet. But when you have high employee loyalty, you reduce the hiring costs, the training costs, and you increase customer satisfaction because every time a customer is interacting with an experienced person, that person is using their expertise to keep that customer happy. So loyal employees make for loyal customers. Take Whole Foods Market, for example. They've created systems from their rigorous selection process to their compensation methods that are designed to create an environment where frontline employees feel like they can stay and thrive. Teams at Whole Foods are responsible for setting their key performance metrics and making decisions about how they're going to meet those metrics. They even have a say in getting to decide what to buy locally and put in stores. Even frontline employees receive stock options, which incentivizes them to stay. And every 3 years, the company holds an employee-wide vote on key elements of their compensation and benefits package, like community service pay or their health insurance provisions. All of these factors contribute to things like Whole Foods' incredibly low turnover rate, which is less than 10% for full-time employees after their probationary period. And if you're wondering, that's dramatically lower than the industry average. Whole Foods is consistently rated as one of the best places to work, has some of the highest customer satisfaction scores in the industry, and has some of the highest gross revenue per square footage in the retail grocery industry. So give employees real stakes and invest in them. Prioritize their training and their growth and development so that they know that you're committed not just to their output, but to them and their career. Now, an important caveat here. We're not talking about pizza parties or summer Fridays or thank you notes or kudos points. We're not talking about any of those things. Those things are awesome. Do those. But employee appreciation is different than the things that grow employee loyalty. Here we're talking about real investments in their career. Send them to conferences, give them mentorship opportunities, fight for the budget that can get them back in school learning new skills. Whatever you think is going to grow your employees, spark innovation, or create future leaders, invest in that. I was asked a really weird question one time. If you could put anything on a billboard, what would it be? And I said I would want billboards in front of the headquarters of every Fortune 500 company, and I would want to put the exact same thing. People don't work for you. Smart leaders understand that people work with you. Ultimately, that you work for them. That your job is to put employees first so they can put customers first. Happy employees lead to happy customers, and great leaders take the time to make sure that their people are happy, are able to do their best work, and in doing so, their customers decide that you're the best place to keep doing business.
If you're looking to lead smarter, then subscribe to my channel right here for more helpful insights just like this. And if you've got a question or a problem, leave a comment below. I'm here and this channel is here to help you build your best team ever.